Hey everybody, Private Benjy here, and today we're looking at the Tier 10 light cruiser, the Minotaur, or Minotaur, if depends on how you want to pronounce that. This gameplay is being played by Riveter 27. Now, some interesting things about the Minotaur. It has 5 turrets on it that are 152 millimeters, with 2 guns in each turret, so a total of 10 guns. Its reload time of 3.2 seconds. Now, if you have main battery modification 3 installed, it will actually bring that reload time down to 2.8 seconds. And then another interesting thing about it is its turret rotation speed. It can rotate at 38 degrees a second. Now, I don't have any tier 10s myself, but I love watching other people play. You know, I just don't have the time to sit there and grind through to get to a tier 10. So that's why I enjoy watching everybody else play it. You know, you guys got the time. I really don't. So, going back to the ship, thing about British light cruisers, of course, do not go up against battleships unless you have the advantage of hiding immediately after you fire into them. Because of, you know, the extremely thin armor, especially with the tier 9 and tier 10 British cruisers, they have such a large citadel area that you will just get completely wrecked. Going on to my next thing, torpedoes. It has 2 torpedo tube launchers, 4 in each one on each side of the ship, and they can reach out to about 10 kilometers. You're going to see a little bit of torpedo action with Riveter 27. He does a pretty damn good job of just randomly firing off torpedoes and getting a good bead on some of the other ships. So, and starting off, here's our first round of shells going out, and just look at that. I mean, you can actually just almost paint the sky with how many rounds he's just putting into the air at these guys. And the thing is, you only have AP rounds with British cruisers. No high explosives, so you can't use the high explosive inertia fuse on the new commander skills. So just the rate of fire is nuts. This is kind of reminds me of the Atlanta at tier 7, I believe. Lobbing those shells. And another thing, they are a little slower on the slow side. They go, the shell velocity of these are only 768 meters a second. That, I believe, is one of the slowest ones in the game, especially for a tier 10, if you think about it. But also, with the slower shell speed, you also have a higher arc of fire on top of that, so you can actually lob shells over, or islands for that matter. Another good thing about this ship is the anti-aircraft fire. It's pretty damn good. Hopefully we get to see a little bit of action there. If you do the commander skills right, you can actually, shoot down quite a few planes. It has dual purpose guns on it as it is. The secondary batteries can also fire onto planes. Now, if you guys have been watching the chat, there's a little bit of drama going on because the destroyer decided to YOLO itself right into the B point. Nobody told this guy to just go straight into the B point just to get killed right off. I mean, you gotta play a little smarter than that. I mean, you want to stay back with your teammates a little bit instead of just driving right into the point and then getting destroyed. I mean, so Rivet's team's already 2 ships down, which one of them was including that destroyer. Now it looks like Rivet's coming over here to help out his team a little bit, and he spots another Minotaur. And of course, he does zoom out. You notice he'll zoom out every once in a while to get a bearing on where everybody else is at. He's firing upon him, and of course he's getting shots returned right back to him by this enemy Minotaur. But here's another thing. He's quite maneuverable, and he kind of makes a slight mistake here. The Iowa can't turn out of his way. He goes, oh shit, oh shit. So he tries to turn away from him, but of course, you know, you still kind of run into him a little bit. But that's okay. Look at that turret rotation speed. That is just plain nuts. So he's going to go ahead and get turned around here to engage some more ships. Look at that. He's already shot down one plane. It looks like about 6 kilometers out was where he shot him down. Oh, yep. He shot another one down. And if you guys haven't noticed, he doesn't have the defensive AA fire because it just doesn't come on this ship. And, oh, destroyer spotted. Time to fire away. And that's one of the best things about it is it can actually take out destroyers. He'll just chew them up. Look at this. And it was at this time that the Shimakaze knew that he had fucked up. Got quite an arc going on. Still firing. And destroyed him. So he pops another smoke. His smoke doesn't really last that long on British cruisers, if you haven't noticed. Only about 10 seconds there. I'm used to the American destroyers where you get, you know, 15, 20, I think even 30 seconds. So just looking at this, just the rate of fire. And that's the thing about it. It's kind of like an annoying, like, the way I play American destroyers is, you know, sit and smoke and just fire away. And he pops his hydroacoustic search just in case more torpedoes come his way through that smoke to his right. Now I do like the fact that he does zoom out and he zooms back in, you know, to help with the situational awareness of the whole battle going on. That's one of the best things you can do. Because if you're not situationally aware, you're just going to start running into torpedoes. You're gonna die pretty early on and quickly. I see he was firing at the Minotaur that was shooting at him before, but, you know, the mountain in the way. A little quiet. Maybe he can lob some shells over that island. No, so just sit back and try to, you know, get your bearings a little bit, because you've got a lot of guns, you just can't fire them at every single ship. Here he is firing at the Zumo. Look at that, just raining shells down onto him. Oh, and what's this? Looks like the Minotaur just decides to go full retard into the side here. Oh, 2 citadels on him. That's why you don't go broadside against another British cruiser, especially with light armor like he does. And here it is. Here's some of that torpedo action I was talking about, and that's what I like. I like the fact that he can fire off individual torpedoes. I think that's a highlight of a lot of the British cruisers, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, there's a Fletcher. Take him out. Got a ton of shells to be firing off.
Smoke screens.
Oh, he took out that Izumo with his torpedoes. He only had to hit one to finish him off. And double kill!
Double kill!
That's a pretty good play right there. I've never seen a double kill like that before. And this is where that situational awareness comes in. He notices these 2 other ships. They're within torpedo range. He fires them individually, a few at a time. the other Minotaur decides to smoke up.
Torpedoes to port.
But you know, if you're within torpedo range, you better believe that there's going to be more torpedoes coming into your smoke screen like that. There's the Neptune. And that's the Tier 9 British cruiser. Light cruiser, actually. And look at this. Oh, he just hits him for 3 citadels. 6 citadels. And there goes the Yamato on the enemy team. He actually did hit 1, I believe. I believe that was actually on the Yamato. Oh, he got another torpedo strike. Who could that have been? Well, you better believe that was probably the Minotaur. Just look at that rate of fire. Look at that, he just starts lighting up the Neptune again. And he gets another citadel on him. And another one. And another one. Look at that, he just keeps citadeling the crap out of this guy. Now, with him turning like that, of course the shells are going to start bouncing off the side of the ship. But, of course, Riveter 27 has a plethora of ships just to fire at right there. Including a Des Moines, which also has pretty thin armor, I believe. Not as thin as British cruisers, though. And there he goes. He starts firing off. The Neptune's almost dead. He's got like 1,200 points, hit points left. But he decides to start working on the Des Moines. Truthfully, though, I would have actually kept firing at the Neptune and finished him off. That way he's not an extra ship in the game. But it seems like, you know, if you want to continue shooting at a ship that's not almost dead, then go ahead. And it looks like the Frederick is actually starting to peek out here from in front of the island. And I believe he's going to regret this decision really soon, because just the sheer volume of fire that he's putting into him right now is just nuts. It may not be a lot, but it's enough to, you know, he's starting to whittle away that health a little at a time with each volley he sends his way. And he is detected right now by the American cruiser, the Des Moines. Just the fact that he has all this firepower going at him right now is nuts. Can he get 100 hits on this guy? That's the question right there. He's got 80, 81 penetrations. Yeah, let's go for 100 penetrations on this. And I bet the guy sailing this ship right now is completely regretting the decision to come out from behind the island, especially going up against him, and looks like 2 other ships from his team. Oh man, look at all that. And no, he did not. He only got 94. That is crazy. Oh, there's that Neptune again. Looks like he's recovered some of his health back. Of course, the Neptune's trying to avoid just the rain of fire coming down on him right now, just by Rivet 27. Well, he's got 1 hit on him so far. I mean, but why isn't the Neptune? Why is the Neptune not even shooting back at him? Not even one like shot towards him. He should have at least, you know, started firing his guns, because he's actually got pretty good guns too that fire with a decent arc and a good rate of fire. Not as good as the Minotaur, of course, but there seems like no reason why this guy didn't actually shoot back at him. He was even detected on top of that. So of course he disappears and he goes around behind the other side of the island. Now I don't know how he has his ship set up right now by the commander skills, but apparently the Tier 10 Minotaur has one of the largest anti-aircraft blooms in the game, meaning that he can actually shoot down planes from the longest distance from his ship. But he does not have the defensive AA fire, so he can't just sit there and just start taking down aircraft like it was nothing. And there goes their aircraft carrier of the game. Looks like the Des Moines laid a few shells into him to get the final blow. Okay, that Neptune was last spotted coming around the island. Of course, his team's winning 937 to 377. And can he get this guy? He's actually challenging him. Come fight me. And that guy was, he could have doubled back. Not exactly sure if he decided to actually, you know, lemming over this way. Oh, he's detected. It's the final round. Oh, and he citadels him for the final blow of the game. Very well done. Rivet 27. Very high damage, 254,000 damage, 484 hits. Holy shit! And of course, he got the Kraken Unleashed. He's got 2 devastating strikes. He got the Confederate and a high caliber medal, along with 15 hits to the citadels of the enemy team. And he ended up with 3,400 base experience points, I believe. These were the only 2 screenshots he actually had on the replay website. So, very well done, Rivet 27. I hope you guys enjoyed this replay. He did a very good job. And if you guys have any replays you want me to view, just go ahead and upload them to the World of Warships replays website. Send me the link and I'll go ahead and check them out. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to hit that like or subscribe button. Have a good one.